Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my latest video. I'm really excited to share my latest project with you. I am part of a swap where we were to alter an egg carton and decorate it in a shabby style, or shabby chic or shabby vintage type style. And I was paired up with Judy, and so this is the altered egg carton that I created for her. And I did decide to alter a 12 compartment egg carton. The original swap was just for 6, and I didn't have one that was 6, and I did try and cut an egg carton in half, but I wasn't happy with my results after I like built a side on it and everything. So I decided to start over again and use the full egg carton. And hopefully my partner doesn't mind. It means more goodies, I guess, that way, because you do fill up the carton and add goodies. And so what I ended up doing on this one, if you look at it, I did end up doing some crackle paint, and I don't know if that's going to show up really well on camera or not, but my partner did say that she didn't mind a little bit of vintage style to it, so I love doing crackle paint. And so I started with kind of a layer of kind of a vintage blue color, and then I went over it with kind of this eggshell white type color to create my crackle. I do have a crackle paint that I used in between the two to make it crackle. And so once I did that to the whole egg carton, and then I just started layering on layers of different lace. And if you look underneath this top, I do have a really pretty lace under here, but I ended up completely covering it, but I did use it also on the inside. But I did go around on the edge of each of the egg cartons. I did go ahead and add some bridal trim. It's some vintage bridal trim that I cut up, and then I also use the same bridal trim to go around the edges or the sides. You can also see I added some flat back pearls right here and also right there all the way around. And so that's kind of how I decorated my sides. And then if you look at it straight on from the top, like I said, I did start off with a really pretty couple layers of lace, which ended up getting covered up, but usually that's kind of what happens. I started off with a basic lace, and then I put this other really nice one on top, but I did use that one on the inside. I'll show you guys what that one looks like on the inside. And then I have this vintage doily that I layered on top. And this doily did have some flowers on it, but they were a hot pink. And so I did end up taking them off, and I was able to do that, which I was really happy about. And then I went ahead and added some flat back pearls to it. And it also had some more trim on this outside here, but I did cut that off because I didn't want it to hang too far down on the side, but I did want the look of a little bit hanging off of the sides. And I love how that turned out. And then on top of that, I layered another doily. It's just kind of a basic doily, and I also added flat back pearls to it. I love adding the small details of little things like extra pearls and stuff on things. And then I had this wonderful image, and it is from a Stamperia paper pad, and it's actually a Christmas paper pad. I did use this one a couple years ago also in an egg carton swap, and I just loved it. And I remembered I still had one left of this little bunny sticking out of the little basket. And like I said, it was from a Christmas paper collection, but to me it looks very Eastery. So I did use that again just because I love that image, and it was going towards my swap partner, who I know is a wonderful person. And so I decided I had been hoarding it since the last time I took that paper out. So I decided that I could go ahead and use the image for her. And then I did attach it to chipboard, so it had a little bit of stability to it. And then before I glued it down on top of the doily, I did add this fun little fiber trim. It's some trim that I got a long time ago at Hobby Lobby. But I just thought that was kind of fun, and I wanted something more sticking out. I played around a little bit with some tulle, but it just didn't have the look that I wanted. But when I came across this in my stash, I thought that would be perfect. So I did layer that underneath the chipboard and the image. And then once that was down, I did go ahead and I edged it with this little bit of brighter colored, kind of a teal you know, it may be a Tiffany blue. It's kind of between a teal and a Tiffany blue type color. It matched the paper collection. And this is from a necklace that my mom's neighbor gave me. She gave me a whole bunch of like what she called junk jewelry. It came from the 1980s. And so I did have this bead strand from that, some of that jewelry and necklace that she gave me. So I did put that around the edge. And then I went ahead and added this little bow that had the pearl up there on the top of the basket. And then from another paper collection, I think it was from an authentic paper collection, I did have some chipboard pieces, and one of them happened to say "Some Bunny Loves You." And so I added that. I thought that was kind of cute. And then when I was done with that, I still felt like I needed a couple more things. So I went through my stash, and I had these fabric flowers that I bought that way. I believe they came from Craft Supplies for You, KS for You. And also the little doily flowers came from her shop. And then also, if you can kind of see, I added, there's just a little bit of a crystal bling piece right here that I added. I did the same thing on both sides. And then also underneath there, this is some piece of tulle and bead spray, and this comes from the wedding section at Hobby Lobby. So I added those there, and I love how it turned out. It's like, it's going to be really hard to give it up, but I know Judy's a wonderful person, so I don't mind sending this to her. And so that is kind of my completed egg carton, and I'll just kind of flip it around one more time so you can kind of check it out. You know, check out the small little details, you know, on the tops and the bottoms. I like making sure it's, you know, fully decorated. And so then when I open it up, I did slightly decorate it again on the inside. And so you can maybe see in the better on the inside the crackle paint. And I did want to add pearls to the top of these, but they were hitting the top side of here when you closed it, so I had to take them off and repaint it because I did have pearls originally glued down on there. So so that is one of the, you know, downfalls of decorating too much on the inside, is you have to be careful how tall your middle pieces stick up so that they don't hit the top. And in the top part, this is how I ended up decorating it. You can see this gorgeous trim right here. And I believe that was some trim that I bought from Kim at Angel Dreams Crafts. Kim on Etsy. I was part of her design team. And when she had that in her store, I fell in love with it, so I bought it. And I did, like I said, use that on the top, but unfortunately I covered it up. If I would have known I was covering up the whole top, I probably wouldn't have used it on the top. I would have saved it for another project, but that's okay. And then on the inside then, you can also see I added some more flat back pearls around the edging. And then I also, in the corners, I added some more of that Hobby Lobby tulle and bead spray with a single rose in the middle. I did that in both corners. And then the Stamperia paper had some more cutouts. I did cut out a strip from the paper collection and glue that down. And then I also, this was another little cutout that they had. So I did also attach that on top. I did pop it up slightly on some foam tape just so it would pop up a little bit. And if Judy gets this and she wants to write some sort of sentiment like Easter or her name or something in there, she could definitely do that. But I left it, the middle part, blank for right now. I played around with maybe adding like the word Easter or Happy Easter or something like that, or putting her name in there, but I just decided in the end to leave it blank. So she can fill that in if she wants to later, or just leave it as is. And so that is my altered egg carton. And I am going to do a part 2 to this video. I know sometimes people are kind of curious what you put inside of your egg cartons or what kind of goodies you put in. So I'm going to actually fill the carton with you guys if you are interested. So if you are interested, go ahead and look for part 2. But if not, that's okay. And I really appreciate you guys watching this first project video. So until next time, have a wonderful day and happy crafting.